Let's dive into something that's got a lot of people scratching their heads. We're looking at a new crypto project called InterLink, and at its heart is a paradox, a question that makes a lot of people, pretty skeptical, and honestly, for good reason.
I mean, this is the big one, isn't it? It's the first thing you'd ask. If this crypto is supposed to be worth something someday, why on earth would they just hand it out for free? It feels totally backwards, but as you're about to see, there's actually a very deliberate strategy going on here. So yeah, we're calling this the free coin question, and it's the puzzle we're going to piece together today. But to really get the answer, first you've got to understand what the project is even trying to do. And that brings us to Interlink identity. See, at its core, this isn't just about a new coin to speculate on. It's about a whole new way of thinking about our identity in the digital world. The whole concept is what they call a human-centric identity blockchain. So what does that really mean? Well, think about it like this. The goal is to prove you're a real person online without having to constantly upload your driver's license or passport to a million different services. It's all about keeping your sensitive data safe and sound where it belongs, with you. So getting started is pretty simple. You prove you're a human, you secure your Face ID on the blockchain, and this is the important part, it's not shared with anyone, and then you do the usual Know Your Customer, or KYC, process. Okay, sounds straightforward, but that still doesn't answer our main question. Why is it all free? And here it is. Here's the big reveal. Giving away free tokens isn't a red flag that it's worthless. It's actually a tried and true strategy in the crypto space, and it's designed to do one thing really, really well: grow. So here's the key takeaway. Giving stuff away for free is a tool. The real goal is to build a massive engaged community, like right from the get-go. For an identity network, having tons of verified real people is everything. Without that, the whole idea just doesn't work. And look, this isn't some crazy new idea they just invented. This is straight out of the classic crypto playbook. Just think back to the early days of Bitcoin. You could mine it for free on a regular computer. The Pi network is another huge example built entirely on a free model. InterLink is doing the same thing with its ITL tokens to build up that foundational community. And this is how they build that momentum. The system is set up to reward the people who get in first. Early adopters can mine more tokens, get bigger rewards. But as more and more people join, those rewards start to get smaller. It creates this real sense of urgency, It's what gets that initial critical mass of users on board. Okay, so the strategy makes sense, but what about the value? I mean, if it's being built from nothing, where does the project stand today, right now? Well, that brings us to its current stage. And you really have to understand just how new this is. The InterLink project is only about 4 months old. This isn't some project that's been around for years. It's practically a newborn in crypto terms. And because it's so new, it's in what the founders are calling the value creation stage. Now, that's not just some buzzword. It means the value isn't something that's already there. It's being actively built right now by every single person who decides to join the network. This quote from the InterLink co-founder really says it all, doesn't it? They're being totally upfront. They can't just slap a price tag on the token yet. Why? Because the value is supposed to come from the community itself, from everyone's collective belief and effort. So whenever we start talking about what the price could be in the future, it's so important to remember these are not guarantees, they're possibilities. And they only become real if the community actually grows and participates and builds this thing together. So could the token be worth 10 cents one day? Yeah, it's a possibility if the community builds a solid foundation. Could it ever reach $10? Well, that's a much bigger leap. That would require huge growth and real-world use cases. And $100? Okay, that's the moonshot. That would mean massive, widespread adoption. The point of showing these numbers isn't to make a promise. It's to show you the scale of the potential that the community is being invited to create together. So let's wrap this all up. What's the big takeaway here from InterLink's model and this whole idea of free crypto? Here's the most important thing I hope you get from all this. In a project like this, value isn't just assigned from the top down, it's co-created from the ground up. Every person who joins and takes part is literally laying a brick in the foundation of that value. And that leaves us with one last, really fascinating question. Can a community actually build something valuable out of, well, nothing? The history of crypto shows us that the answer can be a resounding yes.
But every new project is a brand new test of that very idea. It's a test of whether their collective belief can once again turn something free into something real. We'll just have to wait and see.